Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Raw Ring Report. Let's show you what is going to be going down with the matches and the segments. Let's go to this right here. Solo Ruka signs with WWE. Solo Ruka now a part of the Monday Night Raw roster. She will seem fair. We'll talk about what Solo Ruka's plans are for Raw. Speaking of Backlash, coming up. Oscar, Io Scott sit down and head the Backlash showdown. These two want to get themselves want to tear each other up. They'll do that coming up before they do that Backlash. We'll talk about it. Speaking of that, in action, Finn Balor will be in action against JD Madonna. Finn Balor's protege, former protege, JD Madonna, one-on-one. Speaking of that, Oprah Fenby issues an open challenge. The Oprah defeats Brock Lesnar. Oprah Fenby does his own challenge. Who's going to step up to meet Oprah coming up? Well as this, tag team action. Ron Evans teams up with Intercontinental Champion Penta. Then they will go in a close tag team match against Ethan Page and Rusev. And in our main event segment, the contract signing between world champion Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu will make their Backlash match official in the title contract signing. We'll get that. We'll get the Pro Wrestling Show started right here, right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kitty Dix here. Glad you join us on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend. Call a friend. That subscribe button to won't miss a thing. All right, let's get things started with this right here, right now. We thought that Roman Reigns was going to start off the show. Roman Reigns did not start the show off. Roman Reigns came out there after general manager Adam Pearce issued him a warning telling him, hey, you're not going to start the show. Roman kept trying to insist that he's going to start the show and get this contract signing ordeal over with. But Adam Pearce informed him that Jacob Fatu hasn't been in the building yet, so it had to be postponed till later. Well, Roman wasn't going to wait until he got interrupted by his former Shield brethren, Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins had a little face-off. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins had their face-off, and you saw that tonight as well. Well, Seth Rollins kicked off the show, but maybe Seth Rollins should allow Roman to do his own business. Seth Rollins didn't end well for Seth after Seth was talking to Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker attacked Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins had to fend off himself in the Vision. The Vision taking care of Seth Rollins and laying out Seth. Seth really didn't know what to expect and what to do, but Seth really got taken out by Braun Breaker. We know that Braun Breaker and Seth will meet at Backlash one-on-one. That match was supposed to happen at WrestleMania, but that match had to be postponed because of Braun's Henry issue, but he's healed and he's ready to go. So it'll be Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins at Backlash. And this is unfinished business. I can tell you that right now. A lot of like I said, the Backlash will be that the aftermath after WrestleMania. And speaking of that, we will have the Backlash weekend Pro Wrestling Show specials. We'll have Predict the Outcome prediction special as well as the Backlash aftermath special. So a lot of Backlash coming your way. We'll have it coming up here. But we saw as Braun Breaker leaving out Seth Rollins and lead him down to the ground. We'll see coming up. But we'll see how this is going pertain. We'll get to this right here. The first action of the Nunjay Ally and JD Madonna. JD Madonna taking on Finn Balor one-on-one. These two were the best of buddies, but not no more. Finn Balor got what had happened to him. But the real backstory is they're setting up tension between Roxanne Perez and Liv Morgan for a future women's championship showdown. We saw Liv Morgan said she watches Netflix. She know what happened. She saw that Roxanne was trying to tell Finn to get out the Judgment Day locker room, and Finn got out, and now they kick Finn out. But there's a whole lot of issues going on. Finn Balor being taken out. It look like Liv Morgan look like she's the leader of the group, giving out the call and stuff. But like we said, we're gonna be really keeping a real close eye on that because situations like that will be played with, and you can tell that Liv Morgan ain't wasting no time whatsoever. She felt like she was issuing the orders as well. So it looks like you kind of see who's running the Judgment Day. Is Liv Morgan. Also, Liv also wanted the Judgment Day to focus on winning some gold, like her. Even Bailey and Live Mercury even got into the issue as well. So a lot of moving parts as we go along in this beforehand. So look forward to seeing that with that. Well, speaking of that, we go to this right here. Soul Roka. Soul Roka made her appearance tonight. Soul Roka made an appearance as she signed a contract with Raw, and it looks like we kind of getting an indication on who by the women's Intercontinental Champion Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch interrupting Soul. Soul didn't see that one coming. Soul told Becky Lynch she didn't like when Becky Lynch interrupted her and told Becky Lynch to go somewhere scram. Becky Lynch saying more conspiracy theories. The general manager Adam Pearce inadvertently got in the way, and Becky knocked him out, leading Soul to feel shocked and hit the soul snatch on the women's Intercontinental Champion, took her down and left her laying in the middle of the ring. So it looked like Soul Roka's first feud will be on main roster feud will be against Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch got her work cut out for her, taking that move from Soul Roka. That was Soul Roka did tonight. So we see how that's going to go. Well, we go to this right here. The Oba Fimby Challenge. Oba Fimby issued a challenge. I'm going to show you that right quick. Oba Fimby issued a challenge. Oba Fimby challenge began. Oba Fimby, the man who took Brock Lesnar challenge and won his challenge over Brock. Well, Oba got the same treatment. Oba Fimby defeated Otis. It was just that instant. Oba Fimby defeated Otis. I want to show you this right here. Oba Fimby showing his moves and stuff. On Otis, picked up Big Otis, dropped him down like a sack of potatoes, and then did that fall from grace powerbomb to get the 1, 2, 3. Oba Fimby wins, and Oba Fimby is on his way. Oba Fimby could be on his way of winning. Oba Fimby getting the job done like he did tonight. So Oba Fimby winning tonight with the fall from grace. Oba Fimby completed his momentum as he going. Well, speaking of that, the tag team match between Intercontinental Champion Penta and Javon Evans joining forces in an explosive tag team match against Rusev and Ethan Page. Looks like Rusev and Ethan Page leaving off where they left off on AEW, bringing it to Raw. And it looks like Ethan Page and Rusev won their match tonight. Rusev and Ethan Page smiling, both guys smiling like cheese in this stuff, and did so. So we can tell right there that Rusev and Ethan Page on what they want to do, and they did. They look like they could be in contention for the tag team titles. Don't be shocked nor surprised if they get to that point. I can literally see that right now between Ethan Page and Rusev doing what they did tonight. Well, we know this Sunday these two were side by side as one of the Kabuki Warriors. It looks like Asuka and Io Sky. No Kairi Singh in the way, which a lot of fans will wish Kairi Singh is in, but you never know. They probably bring her as a surprise. You never know. At Backlash. Well, we saw They had a face-to-face sit-down conversation between that Backlash. Oscar and Kyrie Singh, these two are at each other at odds against each other until Oscar pours that poison mist onto Kyrie. Kyrie's eyes burning, and we're gonna show you that right here. Oscar using that poison mist that she did normally from the Tajiri, taking it and then taking it and then just really you see that following warning. So you can tell right here. Looks like Kyrie Sane really gonna have to. I mean, EO Sky's gonna really have to watch her head and watch her ass if she wants to get a win over Oscar. Oscar continue on playing these mind games as usual. So we see how that went down. Well, we get to this right here. We get to this right here. Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu had their official contract signed the contract for their official title match at Backlash. We told you earlier, Roman wanted to get stuff done. Roman wanted to have Jacob to come to him, but Jacob was arriving late and Jacob didn't come to him. Well, they had the contract signing, but it went from friendly to deeply personal. Roman talked about Jacob's goals in life and his mission and everything else. Jacob wasn't hearing all that. Jacob wanted to attack him and use that Tongan Deathgrip to hit Roman, made famous by King Haku. And King Haku, Roman tried to prevent it, but it just wasn't prevented enough. Roman Reigns really took a hell of a beating. And he did take a heck of a beating, as you can tell. I want to show you that again too. Um, what's that here? Yeah, and this right here, Roman laid out by Jacob Fatu, even to the point that Roman Reigns really trying to grasp for some air, as he did. Here, right here, Roman Reigns really might have to get the. So, so we see Roman Reigns trying to grasp for some air at the what he had expected. Could this be Roman Reigns' future or his first championship defense against this savage werewolf? Jacob Fatu wants to be world champion and wants to have the same stuff that Roman has. Jacob's got to work a little bit harder if he wants to get to the top. Like we said, we're gonna keep a close eye on. Don't forget, we'll have this weekend the Backlash predict the outcome special as well as the Backlash aftermath. So it's gonna be a whole bunch of stuff coming your way this weekend for Backlash. So we'll see how that's gonna pan out. All right, that ends the Raw Ring report. Let's move over to a surprise right here. John Cena, the host of WrestleMania, returning once again for Backlash to make history-making news. What could that be that John Cena has up his sleeve? He hosted WrestleMania a couple of weeks ago. Now John Cena returning back. Here's the message that Cena had wrote on X. Cena says, "It's official. I'm heading to Backlash at the months of planning and effort. I am so excited to break some history-making news. I can't promise it. Can't promise it'll be perfect, but I can promise it will change the WWE experience for superstar and fans. See you live Saturday in Tampa or at home on ESPN app." So John Cena also trying to promote some promising news. We don't know what could be promising that John Cena has in store for the WWE Universe and the fans. Will this do deal with Club WWE? That's what a lot of people are wondering. It could be leading towards that way, and how that's going to be. So there's a whole lot of stuff that we're going to be covering here as well. So like we said, so So, like we said, we're gonna see. So, like we said, we're gonna see how this is gonna do, and oh, so we'll keep a very close eye on it and see what's going on. All right. Also, too, we know there have been a lot of WWE releases and stuff. We're gonna get to that coming up tomorrow on the NXT Ring Report. So, what my thoughts on with Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, and a host of others decide not to renew their contract. We'll get that underway for you tomorrow once we get more information. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Raw Ring Report. We're gonna leave you with the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu having issues. We're gonna see that coming up this week for Backlash. Jacob Fatu making Roman Reigns choking and out of breath again. So we'll see how that's gonna go. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I've been your host, Kendrick Dix, saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow for the NXT Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show.